Grab your pencil, pen or keyboard and get ready. This video will guide you to write your very own short story, sentence by sentence. So, let's write together. Welcome authors to the Let's Write Together series. In this video, we will create an action-packed short story about a warrior seeking revenge. These videos are designed to guide you, so feel free to pause the video or rewatch specific sections as you progress through the writing process. Also, for each part of the story, there is a generic sentence for you to change and make your own. Also, remember that this is only a guide and you are encouraged to add more paragraphs or sentences as you see fit. Now, let's write together. Paragraph 1. Captured. The story begins with the main character being dragged into a room by two henchmen. The purpose of this paragraph is to set the scene of the story. The paragraph ends with the introduction of the leader of the henchmen. The first sentence focuses on opening the door. Perhaps the action of the doors bursting open, or the sound of the hinges, or even the way the door is pushed or kicked. With the door open, the second sentence describes the two henchmen dragging in their prisoner. How do they do this? Are the henchmen in front pulling the prisoner along, or are they kicking the prisoner and walking from behind? Now to the third sentence. In this sentence, you briefly describe the room. Is it a large or small room? What are the key features of the room? Is it full of treasure, or is it dark and gloomy? For the fourth sentence, highlight a spot where the leader is located. Is it a throne, a pile of skulls? What you need to do is make this location clear and unique. The final sentence of the paragraph introduces the leader. When introducing the leader, use broad terms or focus on a couple of features. You will get a chance to describe the leader further in the next paragraph. As mentioned in the start of this video, this is only a guide, so here are some possible additional sentences you may wish to include. Remember, only add sentences that help the reader imagine the room. Paragraph 2. The leader. In this paragraph, we will be introduced to the leader with more detail. While there may be some dialogue, it will mainly be coming from the leader. The purpose of this paragraph is to reveal the leader and help the reader picture them. Before we describe the leader, we need to move the main character towards the leader. Perhaps the henchmen throw the prisoner to the ground or make the prisoner kneel in front of the leader. Anything to get the main character where they need to be. The second sentence introduces the leader. The leader can either be introduced with a bit of dialogue or a bit of description. However, it needs to reveal in some way that the leader's intent was to capture the main character. For the third sentence, we now need to introduce who the leader is and their identity. Dialogue can also be used here. In the fourth sentence, the leader needs to complete an action. If they are quick and nimble, perhaps they jump. Or if they are strong, maybe they crush something with their bare hands. In the final sentence of this paragraph, the leader is to indicate that they desire to hurt the prisoner. Maybe they instruct the henchmen to throw them in the dungeon, or maybe they pull out a weapon. The choice is up to you. And here are some possible additional sentences that you may wish to include. The focus of this paragraph is about introducing the leader, so anything that will help the reader picture that leader is a good sentence to add. Paragraph 3. The prisoner. For the third paragraph, we are finally going to learn who this prisoner is. The purpose of this paragraph is to answer the question, who is this prisoner? This will have been a question asked by the reader since the first paragraph. In the first sentence, the prisoner completes their first voluntary action. Remember, they are still a prisoner, so nothing too drastic. Perhaps they look up or begin to shake. Something subtle to let the reader know something is about to happen. In the second paragraph, the leader began some dialogue, so here is a perfect opportunity for the prisoner to respond. The prisoner may answer the question, repeat a phrase from the leader, or simply call the leader by name. The third sentence is going to highlight a shift in power. The prisoner will say something else, hinting that they desired to be captured so that they could meet the leader face to face. This foreshadows what will occur in the next paragraph. In the next sentence, the prisoner is to complete an action that reveals something about themselves, maybe an injury, scar, or a tattoo, something that brings the prisoner to life. In the final sentence of this paragraph, it is time to reveal the prisoner's identity and their motivation for confronting the leader. Maybe the leader had stolen something from the prisoner or killed someone close to them, or a different motivation altogether. And now to the possible additional sentences. Remember, this paragraph is all about the prisoner, so anything you can include to help the reader picture the prisoner is a great sentence for you to add. Paragraph 4. Battle. The fourth paragraph is the climax of the story. The purpose of this paragraph is to describe the battle between the prisoner and the leader. It will be action-packed and may require more than 5 sentences to really capture the intensity of the moment. First things first, the prisoner must neutralize the henchman. Perhaps the prisoner uses a nearby item or completes an action to knock them over. Don't be afraid to dive straight into the action. For the second sentence, you are getting the prisoner and leader prepared for the fight. Maybe they grab weapons or crack their knuckles. Whatever you do, make sure the reader knows that they are going to see a massive brawl. The third sentence begins the fight. Strong action words and other literary devices, such as onomatopoeia, can really bring the fight to life. So give it a go and see what works for you. In the fourth sentence, the prisoner is to gain the upper hand. Maybe they trip the leader over or pin them against the wall, or even potentially wound them severely. Whatever you do, make it look like the prisoner is going to win. The final sentence in this paragraph ends the fight with the leader defeated. It is important that the prisoner does not kill the leader. That decision will occur in the final paragraph. Due to this paragraph being the climax of the story, it is probably useful to add more sentences. Whatever sentence you add, make sure that it creates excitement for the reader and highlights the battle in whatever way possible. Paragraph 5. Time for revenge. With the battle over, it is now time for the prisoner to make a choice. Will they kill the leader or they let him survive? Either option is possible and will reveal whether the prisoner is a hero or an anti-hero. The first sentence focuses the reader back on the prisoner and their motives. Reminding the reader about the prisoner's memories or emotions can really help build tension. For the second sentence, you need to provide a catalyst to help the prisoner make a decision. Maybe they remember something they were taught, or an emotion floods over them. In the third sentence, the prisoner makes their decision. You don't want to be overly descriptive here. Focus on the action to reveal the choice. Either they swing their weapon down, or they don't. The fourth sentence highlights the aftermath of the decision. What happens next? You can choose whether to focus on the actions or the emotions of the prisoner. The final sentence of the story is a revelation of the prisoner. What have they learnt from their decision? A short sentence works best here and should leave the audience with a feeling of satisfaction. With this being the last paragraph of the story, it is your opportunity to share the journey that the prisoner has been on seeking revenge. Anything you like that reveals more about the prisoner's journey is a great sentence to add. Now, for a bonus advanced tip. This is a guide, and that means that the choices are really all up to you. Play around with some ideas. For example, you could make this story set in the future rather than the past, or you could make the character fail entirely. The possibilities are endless. And that, authors, is that, a short action story about revenge in the Let's Write Together series. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and continue striving to take your writing to the next level.